T's just a guy that you know exactly what you're going to get every game. He's going to make plays for you. He's going to win one-on-ones. He's going to get open. He's going to block when he needs to. Just a great player.
How fitting was it? Hayden Hurst gets that big catch on the first drive, and then you cap it off with a touchdown to him. I mean, what can you say about him and what he's provided for the offense?
He's just getting better and better, and he's finding his role in the offense, understanding that sometimes he's going to have to rib and chip, but he's still going to get the ball sometimes in those situations, and he's just getting better and better. He's a big play guy. He's a fast twitch tight end that there's not a lot of guys like that across the league, and so we're lucky to have him.
How do you think the offensive line did?
Unbelievable. All day protection was awesome. I had so much time in the pocket to find the guys that I needed to find, and those guys are just going to keep getting better because they work so hard every day in practice.
Joe, the way this team won tonight, with the defense taking the ball, giving it to the offense so the offense can go win the game, does it feel like this team still has that same DNA as last year's team that made that run it did?
Yeah, I mean, we're just, we're on offense, we're finding our stride. Defense has been great all year. We're starting to click on all cylinders. We can keep getting better on offense. There was a spell halfway through the game right there that we didn't put any points on the board, but I thought we responded well, scored points when we needed to. Defense is going to keep playing great. That's what they do.
2 weeks here, your message was to relax. What gave you so much confidence that the team could flip the script like you have after that 0-2 start?
I know the guys we have in the locker room, and just like I said, after the 2 losses, we just got 2 wins. It's still a long season. We still got a long ways to go. Doesn't mean anything if we go on and lose the next 13 games. So, we're going to enjoy this win, enjoy the long weekend, come back ready to go next week.
What did you think was the biggest difference in you guys being able to hit on those 3 explosive hits in the second half versus the first half?
Well, they started playing a little more man. They did a good job. They had a good plan. They were doubling Jamar a lot and changing their leverages up. So, certain plays, weren't working because they have good coaches. But our guys went and won one-on-ones, and we were giving chances down the field. They went out and made them.
That last deep ball to the what did you see on that play?
I was actually looking the safety off to throw to T, and I see Jamar wide open out of the corner of my eye, so I figured I'd just throw it to him. He won so quick. Probably should have started on his side.
He said you left it a little short.
Yeah, right.
But what does it say about this team? You guys seem to thrive in these best-on-best kind of games where the lights are on you. What does it say about this team and you as a quarterback that you love these moments?
I just think we have guys that work really hard for these kind of opportunities. I've most night games we play well. I don't know what it is. Most Thursday night games we play well. I don't know what it is about the short weeks. You go into the game and don't have a lot of practice, not a lot of time to overthink things. I don't know, but we got guys that step up in these kind of moments, and we're lucky to have every single guy in that locker room.
As a quarterback, when you see what happened to Tua like that, how are you processing that? Did you have a message for Tua?
Yeah, it's always scary when somebody goes down like that. We play a dangerous game that, we know something like that can happen at any time, but it's always scary when it does. And, they told me that he's flying back with the team, so that's great news. Hopefully he can get a speedy recovery. I'm going to text him after the game, see how he's doing. Hopefully he can come back fast.
Sorry if it's been asked, but it looked like it didn't blitz as much as maybe they usually do.
Yeah, they didn't blitz much in the second half. I guess they just, we got 1-0 on the first series of the game, and the team made a great play for us, and we didn't really see any more after that.
And that surprised you, or did you think they might do that?
That's kind of, we expected it. We knew we were going to have to prove that we had a plan against it, because if you don't have a plan, they're just going to keep doing it, and it could turn into a 20 times 0 blitz game. But we had a great plan. Coaching staff did a great job putting the plan together to execute against that. And we have good players that allow us to just throw it out there and let them go make a play.
Seems like they just played coverage on you. You have to be patient. Was it one of those nights where you just had to wait?
They played a lot of man, and so we were taking our shots. They mixed in some two and some two invert that made it tough, but I thought overall we did a good job.
There was a good shot of you after that last touchdown, just going up to your line, just pumping them up. You were pumped up in front of a record crowd like this. What was that moment like? Just knowing you got the job.
I mean, those guys work really hard to have a game like that. And so I'm so proud of those guys for the work that they put in. They took a lot of heat the first 2 weeks, but those guys are just getting better and better. And like I said, the protection was awesome today, and that's how it's going to be going forward because those guys put in the work. We got a great coach that understands the players up front, and we got nasty guys up front that want to get better and want to do a great job. And so the fact that they had the game that they had is exciting.
That huge 60-yard touchdown to Higgins, what did you see on that play?
I had one-on-one, throw it up to T. That's what it was.
He's been saying he's been getting smarter about identifying coverages like that. Have you noticed the same thing?
Yeah, there were several times today that he came off the sideline and we talked about a certain leverage and a certain coverage and what route he liked against it. And there were 2 or 3 times that we hit that route based off what he said. And so when you have smart players like that can come to the sideline and talk about what they're seeing, and you can get to a play that maybe you didn't have in the game plan because our guys are so smart and we didn't rep it all week, that's a recipe for success.
You said the offense is hitting its stride. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? And why is that occurring now? What has happened?
Well, we're getting better. First of all, we're not turning the ball over. Second of all, we're staying in front of the chains so we can check the ball down and just move the chains down the field slowly, which I think is why we got a lot of man in the second half, because they were tired of us checking the ball down and getting 8 yards and moving the chains up and down the field. And so they decided to come and challenge us. And that's what you have to do against that soft zone coverage. But the biggest part is not turning the ball over and staying in front of the chains.
Hayden Hurst didn't have huge numbers, but the first catch, run after catch for 19 yards, 2-yard touchdown catch. Huge plays, got a lot of energy for the team, didn't he?
Yeah, he's just getting better and better. Like I said, understanding his role in the offense, doing his job, making the opportunities when they present themselves. Hayden's a good player, a really good player that we're excited to have.
Who's got a better arm, Mixon or Boyd?
That was a pretty good throw by TB. Whole shot. I told him that was a pretty good throw. That was impressive.
What do you feel like the offense still needs to do to get better?
We just got to be more consistent throughout the game. There was 3 or 4 series there that we kind of sputtered. At no point did we feel like we were underperforming, but we can just be better throughout the entire game, putting points on the board, moving the chains. Like I said, the middle of the game was not up to our standard, but the beginning and the end were great, and we made the plays when we needed to.
You're on the sideline seeing guys like Vaughn get the 2 picks and Jesse defending pass after pass. I mean, as a quarterback, what do you make of that? How much does that complement your offensive performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, those guys are unbelievable. They just continue to make plays when we need them and get stops when we need them and getting us the ball back when maybe we're not hitting on all cylinders in the middle of the game. When you have a great defense like that, it gives you a lot of confidence that you're always going to be in the game.
You said you played in a trash bag. Didn't really matter what you were wearing tonight, but did you like the look and feel of the white on white?
Yeah, I did. The white towels were a nice touch in the stands. A little towel waving, that was fun.
Better than waving trash bags. Better than waving trash bags.
Much better than waving trash bags, yes.
How was the atmosphere? Was it like the playoffs? What was it like?
Yeah, anytime you play a night game at home, the energy's always a little different. I don't know if I would say it was like a playoff game. Like those get pretty intense, but energy was exciting. We fed off the fans, and we're able to pull out the W.
A couple weeks ago, Joe, you said tell everybody to relax. You guys are now 2-2. Has the message changed? Is this a statement win for you guys to the AFC rest of the league?
No, I mean, like I said earlier, 2-2. I'm gonna say the same thing after we were 0-2. We still got a lot of football to be played, and it doesn't matter if we've got these last 2 wins. Doesn't matter if we go out and stink it up the rest of the year. So we're gonna come back and practice, understand what we have to get better at, make our corrections, and move on.
After the loss to Dallas, did you look at this pocket of 2 games in 5 days as all right, let's get both of these, and then you can kind of catch your breath over the weekend and then look at that division game? Did you look at both of them together almost?
Yeah, we did. That was one of the first things that we said in the locker room. We had 2 games in 10 days to get that ugly taste out of our mouth, and then we had a long weekend to enjoy, get our bodies right, eat good food, watch some football, enjoy the weekend, and come back at it.
Good food. What's good food?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a little precinct, a little Soto, maybe. We'll see.
Try some Middle
Burn a
Eastern
couple
food.
timeouts because of crowd noise.
Talk to me. Where am I going?
Oh, Cincinnati, you can go all over. A lot of
Okay.
good spots.
I'll look it up.
I had to burn a couple of timeouts because of crowd noise. How tough was it after the takeaways? Crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
How was it communicate that?
I almost had to go on a silent cadence there for a second. They were fired up after those turnovers, that's for sure.